Yeah, Uno is literally used less than Lunala. That's right. Uno, I think, has always been the least popular character, basically. Right? Like, I mean, if we go back to April, I think it's still him. Yep. Right? Oh, he beats out Lunalu in S+. Let's fucking go! Let's go! Okay, so we can talk about this. We were talking about the rank system. It was very, you know, it was a lot, it was a more serious conversation. We can look at some funny stuff here. The character usage rates for May dropped. They've been dropping these for a while. Monthly, it looks like, for a bit. I don't think I've ever, like, looked at these on stream or something. But I didn't look at the May ones either. So we can take a look at May here. This is right after this is like right after the patch dropped. So I want to see like people's knee-jerk reactions to the patch. Basically, we just talked about, you know, biggest winners and losers and things like this, right? So I do wonder if like playstyle, like more people are gonna be picking up a character like, I mean, Vasaraga right there immediately, right? Because they're like, this guy's broken now. I gotta learn me some Voss. It updates the first Thursday of each month. Oh, okay. So we'll get the new ones soon here. But this is right after the Galleon patch dropped, pretty much, right? I suppose. So let's see here. So if we go first, let's go all the way down. So Galleon is number one everywhere, right? As you might expect, new DLC character, right? Everyone's trying her out. That's fine. Beatrix, I kind of want to take a look at a lot of these. Actually, we can kind of go. I'm surprised they use red for up and blue for down. Yeah, I guess blue is like, you know, it's like power loss. Everyone goes down because I think everyone's trying out Galleon, but like, I am curious. So, yeah, so Beatrix was at 8. Was Beatrix number 1 last month before? Look at this. Yeah, Beatrix was number 1 in BC and D, and number 1 in SNA, and number 2 in S plus and S++. And in Master, she's number 6. Yeah, Beatrix was kind of running shit, huh? I mean, it definitely felt like Beatrix was very common whenever you played the video game, but like, I didn't realize she's like number 1 and by like a margin too, right? That's very interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense why, you know, we talked about they nerfed her, they nerfed Versuja. They definitely nerfed her harder than they nerfed Versuja, right? She's just more impactful on like the greater meta, even if Versuja is very impactful in like tournaments and stuff like that, right? Sandalphon, by the way, this is very interesting. Sandalphon does not feel this popular, right? How is there so much, like, even in April, I know he was only like a month and a half old, but Sandalphon to me is the big, because I've gone on record saying that Sandalphon kind of feels like a failure as a DLC. I love him. I love his gameplay. I think he's very fun. I love the elements, but like, it felt like the general community sentiment that I was seeing, you know, just kind of keeping my ear to the ground, was that people don't like Sandalphon. They don't think he's fun. They don't think, like, he certainly, because he was season 2, a lot of people, you know, bought the game, it was like new, things like this. But like, the character, it didn't seem to really vibe with people. But looking at the data now, he's everywhere, huh? I'm not sure, I guess I'm just wrong? Like, he has a big drop-off in Master, certainly, right? But like, I wonder if it's different in Japan? Maybe this is a Japan diff. In North America, he kind of feels like a failure, right? Like, in terms of, like, people don't seem to like playing him. Like, I don't know. The only Sandalphon players that I know are Wanubi and I think still Koji. I'm not sure if Koji still plays Sandalphon. I haven't really been keeping track. But, like, there's just no Sandalphon players, right? And, like, not even at, like, a tournament level, even like a casual level. Like, I named, like, obviously Koji is, like, an Arc World Tour, like winning level player. And Wanubi is pretty good, too. But, like, I'm talking about, like, I'm not even saying, like, tournament players. I'm saying people I know who Sandalphon is their main. That's it. It's those two, right? He's good. No, Sandy's good for sure. Cow Hunter on the up and up. Who's that? Excuse me? But yeah, like, I don't see him very often. So, but I guess it's maybe, apparently he's more popular in EU. I mean, I would assume he's more popular in Japan. I mean, I know he is the most popular character by far in, like, the gacha itself, right? So, like, my impression of North America has been that Sandalphon has been kind of a flop, right? He top 8 at a major recently, doing very well in online brackets too. Sandy main? Oh, so true. Fair enough. But yeah, like, I guess outside of that, he's doing really well, right? That's his second month, right? Obviously, he had like the big DLC release, but like in his second month, still being this popular. I guess he must be more popular outside of North America. North America doesn't seem to like him very much, so that's very curious. But yeah, Beatrix kind of running shit. Gran, unsurprisingly, like the free-to-play staple, right? Narmaya was definitely the most, like, in my head, if you had to ask me who the most popular character in ranked is, I would say Narmaya. And he certainly is there in Master Rank as well, right? This is in April. So I'm kind of curious now, how does this change when we take a look at May, right? So Beatrix, we saw, did drop down a lot. Obviously, Galleon, this is her release month. She, like, completely takes over. That's understandable, right? Vera in low ranks. A lot more Vera, a lot more Narm. Less Granule. I wonder, so genuinely, right? Galleon, I think a lot of the backlash of the cool stuff wasn't necessary for him, but it also makes him more squishy, so it feels kind of non-intuitive. Yeah. I think elements are actually pretty well executed, right? But I think they're, like, executed in, like, a balanced way, where I think people wanted them to be a little bit more bombastic. But I think if the elements were more bombastic, like Dolphon would have to be a lot weaker, right? But maybe that's, like, a more interesting character design to people, right? Kind of in the same way that, like, people think, like, Catalina is boring, despite how good she is, where, like, a character like, I don't know, like Vayne or something might be a little bit more engaging because he's just kind of weird and spiky, right? Or, like, you know, like Nier or something like that. But yeah, so Galleon takes over. Gran, this is very interesting. Galleon, I think, you know what? I'm kind of curious. Galleon feels to me like she might be, she feels like one of the biggest influxes of new players that I've ever seen, right? This kind of like streaming, the amount of people who like went around the Galleon patch when she came out, the amount of people who were like, hey, just trying out this game for the first time. Any advice? Hey, what character should I play? Hey, trying out this game. Any tips? I feel like I've never seen more people like buy the game than when Galleon came out. At least in recent memory, right? So I wonder if, genuinely, Gran's play rate's going down, because she had a huge sale that she came out with too, right? Besides, also listen, she's got big tits, but also there's a huge sale with her too, right? So I wonder if Gran's play rate going down is literally because people, free-to-play players, bought the full game. Genuinely, like, I do wonder if Galleon's release was so successful that Gran's play rate went down. Do you know what I mean? Like, for real. Big tits is a perfectly valid reason to buy the game. Listen, man, there's a reason my is the way she is, and she got that outfit that she did. Okay, I'm just saying. You know, they know what sells. What's the lowest used? Let's see. So in this month, Uno, Lancelot. Yeah, this sounds right. Vayne still, I mean, in lower ranks, Vayne's still very rare, which makes sense, right? But yeah, I mean, Uno, Eustace, Lancelot, Loain, things in lower ranks, these are all things you're not surprised to see at all, right? When you get to Master, Uno, Percy is nowhere in Master rank. That's correct. Percy is like Daryl Brown, and that's it, you know? Catalina's interesting. I feel like, I guess, that's true. I don't see that many Catalinas, and honestly, fucking thank God. Thank Christ. Yeah, Uno is literally used less than Lunalu. That's right. Uno, I think, has always been the least popular character, basically. Right? Like, I mean, if we go back to April, I think it's still him. Yep. Right? Oh, he beats out Lunalu in S+. Let's fucking go! Let's go! Okay. I think he's probably still bottom one here, if I had to guess. I don't get it either. I think Uno's really cool, right? Yeah, look at that. Uno has basically always been the lowest played character in the game, right? Like, I don't think there's been, like, since the game's release, pretty much, I think Uno has always been, like, bottom one play rate, usually, right? Holds pretty well there, too. Right, so. Sandalphon there is because that was the month he came out, so not everyone had him in Master yet when that data was collected, I suppose, but. The only people who play Uno play him for his kit? Ah, he's a cute little floaty Pringle guy. I don't get it. Like, he goes, how based? He goes, how based? When he spot dodges, how based? How do you, I think Uno is also, his theme is great. I don't know. His design is cute. He's a floating little Pringles guy. Like, I don't understand. I'm not saying that Uno is, like, the most interesting design in the world, but, like, why is he so unpopular? It doesn't make sense to me. He must just be super unpopular in the gacha, because, like, in a vacuum, he's like a cute little floaty guy with a spear. His buttons are weird. I don't think that, like, deters people necessarily, right? Like, a lot of people don't think about the character's kits. I mean, if you think about the kits, Uno's really good, right? Old man with beak driver? I guess. Uno's one of the least liked from the Eternals when, like, 5 of them are in the top 10 total most liked. I guess, yeah. He's unpopular in the gacha, too. I guess that must be why. But yeah, so, in May here, right? In lower ranks, Grand drops. I generally think it's because Galleon's release was so successful, right? Narm up, Vera up. Nothing, like, too significant. Sandalphon down a little bit. I mean, new DLC as well, right? So people are maybe playing just, like, the newest character. A lot of characters are going to see their usage rates go down because Galleon, it has to add up to 100, right? And Galleon is kind of eating it. It's more so about relative positions that are important. And if anyone sees their usage rate go up, that's actually very meaningful, right? Because, like, Galleon is eating so much usage rates that Uno does not lack sauce either. Like, he's just not. Again, I feel like Uno mechanically is very interesting, right? So like, I guess he just. I wonder if Uno was like, if Uno looked like Cagliostro, you know what I mean? Like, would more people pick him? I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, Siegfried gaining. These are low ranks to be fair, but like still interesting to see, right? If we go to Master here in the current ranks, Narmaya most common. That sounds about right. Vera second most is crazy. Really? I feel like I don't see. Yeah, this can't be. I do wish they broke these down by region, because Sandalphon as the third most common character in Master, right? Like, no, that's not correct at all. So like because I assume these are characters that have to be used at least once this month, right? Like you have to have actually played the character in Master at least once. This is not, at least for North America, this isn't right at all, no? So like, he must just be way more popular in Japan. This has become like me being surprised at how popular Sandalphon is outside of NA, right? People don't play him because he's one of the more technical characters, and we have Narm dominating. Yeah, I mean, and again, you know, in terms of pure popularity, that checks out. Even though I never see them in ranked, yeah, it must be like a Japan and Europe thing. Because people say that he's much more common in Europe too, and I have to imagine he's way more common in Japan. And then, of course, I mean, this is the big one, right? Especially in Master and Grandmaster, people are going to be much more affected by, like, you know, character strength perception and things like this. Vasaraga jumping up. And again, any character that is gaining usage rates in a month where a new character comes in to eat some, right, is very meaningful, right? Vasaraga jumping up to the fourth most common character in Master, I don't think surprises anyone, right? I've certainly seen more of them than I used to. You know, this guy's a menace. This guy's a menace. He's a menace. He's a menace. He's a menace. He's very fun. I will say also, Vasaraga is an incredibly fun character. In my opinion, I think the most up there for most unique character in the game for sure. Like, in terms of like he's playing his own game. It's very strong, the game he's playing now. But he really is like a weirdo character. Like, he's not playing Granblue. It used to be he's not playing Granblue in parentheses like derogatory. Now, like, he's not playing Granblue in parentheses somebody please help me, somebody please save me, right? Versuja drops a lot. UL drops. Beatrix drops. Beatrix less affected by her nerfs than I would think, but like definitely drops in usage rate across the board, right? No matter how big the nerfs are, though I do think they're somewhat like significant for sure. Just like the perception of getting nerfed is gonna hurt a little bit. People might drop the character, things like this. Yeah, Vera's weird to me, right? And then UL, this one, I feel like this one bears out a little bit in North America at least, right? My experience, I fight more ULs than I would certainly like to as Ladiva, right? I fight more ULs than I would certainly like to. Number 6 feels a little high, right? Number 6 feels a little high, but it's interesting how high up Vera is. She's not the most horny. She's not a Shoto. She's not new. You'd think Apex Predator Galleon would shred her followers. I think people play the Vera players are very dedicated. I think, you know. People who play their character for their personality usually don't switch. It's hard to get those people to go, right? Cagliostro also makes sense. I feel like I see a lot of Cag. Gran again, I think literally going down because like free-to-play Master players bought the game and picked someone else because Galleon had such a successful release, right? Charlotta sounds right. Lots of Charlotta, Belial. What? Huh? I don't think so. Really? This gotta be another regional diff, right? Anila? I know she's not that high, but like even yeah, she gained in popularity and she's number 13 now? Anila? I know, I mean, listen, I know she's got big boobs, I understand. And the sheep are adorable. But like, again, playing in Master Rank in North America at least, this does not bear out at all, right? This does not bear out at all. This is not the Brick Anila run clearly had an influence. Yep. Everywhere in EU, yeah. I guess again, you know, EU, Japan, they do matter obviously. But yeah, this is not at all like so. Like a lot of this makes sense in North America too. You know, Cag, Graham being there, Charlotta, Belial, like these things make sense. But like this one's a big standout to me. Fairy sounds right. There's a good amount of fairies running around. It's not 14 still feels a little high. Maybe she's more popular in Japan, especially this is before she would have won Evo Japan. Yeah. Avatar, Bubs, Lucy, this seems right. Matera, Ladiva actually losing, this makes sense to me. Ladiva, despite getting buffed in this patch, Ladiva is probably one of the characters who would lose the most like market share in the short term to Galleon, right? I think people being like, oh my god, Grappler DLC, right? So like Ladiva actually losing some play rate in Master, I think makes some sense. I mean, it happened with nothing, basically, right? Vayne going up makes a lot of sense, right? Big buff to Vayne. I expected 2B higher. 2B was never that popular, like, immediately after release. This seems to bear out to me. Yeah, Grimnir, Nier, both very, very rare. Honestly, both of these are higher up than I thought. I, like, really would have expected Grimnir and Nier to be, like, near the bottom here with Uno and Lunalu and shit like that. Sadly, hot grappler lady losing market share to hot grappler-ish lady, you know? Like, I would expect these two to be even lower from how little it feels like I see them. Honestly, Grimnir especially. I feel like I see more Nier than Grimnir. Vikala is so low? Yeah, I mean, Vikala's just been, you know... Like, they saved Vayne, right? This patch saved Vayne. Like, he's a lot better and he's a lot more common now, right? 1% gain is big, right? When, like, one spot can be separated by, like, 0.1%. Getting a whole 1% is a really big deal. But, like, Vikala's just been... She released bad and she's always been... She got better, certainly, but, like... You said you overestimated Nier's buffs. Makes sense people would hop on. Maybe. She did gain. That's true. She did have like substantial gain in players after the patch. That's true. Grimnir losing makes sense. Yeah, and then yeah, Percy in Master Rank it makes sense. Percy's nowhere basically, right? Percy has not existed for the entire game's lifespan. Very, very strong character, right? Percy's very good. Uno's very good too. Seox is very good too, right? Catalina is maybe the best character in the game. Like, but it's not necessarily, you know. That's not necessarily going to determine their, like, at the end of the day, outside of, like, if we're talking, like, literally the people who are trying to win tournaments, people do not play characters for how good they are. People play characters for how fun they are, how well they fit their playstyle, or in a lot of cases, I think genuinely, the biggest driver for people is how cute or visually appealing the character was when they first saw them, right? So, like, you know, there's a reason that Narmaya is #1. There's a reason that Vera is #2 and Sandalphon is #3, right? Vasaraga fills a very particular niche, right? Vasaraga is like, if you want to, if you want a playstyle that of Vasaraga, it's only Vasaraga, right? And also, he's not like, you know, I mean, certainly in many ways, some people might want Vasaraga to split them in half with the Draft Demolisher, but besides the sex appeal, he's also just cool as fuck. He's the biggest character in the game. He's got a cool demon helmet, right? Things like this. Like, he just looks sick. He looks like fucking Nightmare from Soul Calibur went on a fucking trend cycle, and now he's 7 feet tall and weighs 800 pounds, right? So like, again, a lot of the characters with the most, either this, like, you know, hot anime girl who's got a fun personality, right? Or just like cool, visually appealing, right? Hot anime boy for the Fujos as well, right? Versuja, kind of like a mix of all of this, right? Very cool design. And not wearing any clothes, right? Like, there's a very good reason. I mean, Gran is here because he's just the free-to-play character, right? But again, like, hot and cute draft girl. I can fix her. Boy who I want to watch kiss other boys, right? Draft destroyer, the draft demolisher, the 19 inches of Vasaraga, and also the cool design, right? Cool design, god, not wearing any clothes, cute fox girl with a southern accent, right? Hot anime girl who's like funny and cutesy. Gunnar, the video game, right? Cute anime girl, guy for free to play, cute potato, boy who I want to watch kiss other boys, and maybe also me, but I'm not really sure. But you know, like sex offender, but like hot. I don't know. Right? Hot, cute ghost girl, basically Belial, but like if you like getting spanked or like choked in bed, right? I mean, to be fair, yeah. Also, I mean, he is kind of slaying, right? I think the trend does still hold here, right? Like the like Matera, right? Siegfried, like these higher up characters. It makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a lot of sense why they're here, right? Beelzebub is hot, yeah, no, that's fair. Beelzebub is hot for sure, right? So like, my point is that, like, you know, I'm not like don't be too surprised that, like, I guess Percival, by the way, I think Percival will be a good-looking character, right? Everyone in this game is hot? No, sure, but, like, there are some that I think just have a little bit wider, like, mass appeal, I suppose, right? And it's the #1 reason that Uno is probably as low as he is, right? He's not hot, at least not to most people, I don't think. He's not particularly cute, because he has still got, like, the old man thing going on, and he's, like, floating, and he's got, like, you know, he's got, like, a mustache and stuff. Like, he's not really doing cute or hot that well. He's not that visually appealing, right? There's a really big reason, I think, that he's that far down there, right? Percival's kind of weird to me, but I guess you know, the paradigm of just like hot guy with a sword is very saturated. Maybe just like not the first guy who catches your eye, right? Seox, right? No, not cool looking, but I guess kind of like maybe, too edgy for this fan base, maybe. I don't know, right? Having wearing a mask. Vikaala, I think, is because she's just not very good, right? I think Vikaala is like the one buck of this trend where I think like the just general talk about Vikaala is like so negative. Like, she pays the zoner tax a little bit. The zoner is always going to be a little bit more rare, but then she's also just, like, I think there's just a lot of talk about her just not being very good and things like this, and kind of sours her image a little bit, right? But, like, she's obviously just adorable, right? She's adorable. She's got the best animations in the game overall, maybe. But, like, I think that's why, like, you know, I understand. Listen, don't let Joshua... don't let him know I said this. Do not clip this and send it to him, okay? Because I genuinely think he might, like, come to my house and kill me, right? I think Catalina is very attractive, but I think she is probably not as, like, immediately, if you're just like, I want to play hot anime girl, I think most people will sooner gravitate to someone else. There's a very saturated role in this roster, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? I'm not here to, like, objectify the women. I'm just saying that my point is that, like, the big takeaway here, I think, is that the characters that fewer people find attractive or visually appealing are lower down. Basically across the board. Not just like this probably holds even more true in master like lower ranks where people are like less motivated by character strength, right? I mean, again, right? You see Galleon obviously, but you see Beatrix, you see Narmaya, you see Vera, Sandalphon, free to play guy, right? Beginner characters as well will have more sway here, right? Jita and Gran is like the beginner characters, right? See, yeah, there you go, right? The trend when we get lower down. When we get lower down, where people are less concerned about character strength, and we really are just talking about, like, visual appeal, because in Master Rank, people still pick their character based on, like, the appeal, but, like, they're more concerned with strength, right? When we get down to where people are, like, less concerned about, like, meta, and they're more just concerned about the character is cute or hot, suddenly Vikaala is number 9, because Vikaala is one of just she's the most adorable character in the video game, right? She's cute, she's awesome, her crouch animation is amazing, she's my actual human daughter, and suddenly she raises up a lot, right? It's like the one place we have that buck of a trend where, like, people don't just go to the character based on how cute they look or how hot they look, right? It undoes itself when we leave Master, right? Suddenly Vikaala 12, 9, 8, right? Everywhere outside of Master, Vicky's very popular. Because only in, like, Master and GM are people gonna really sweat and, like, drop a character because they think that she's bad, right? But yeah, otherwise, I mean, the trend holds again, right? For Suja, Kag, UL, Charlotta, Cute Patat, right? Belial and Avatar being right next to each other here. Like, literally, do you want him to, like, whisper in your ear and, like, put, like, you know, get close but not fully there? Or do you want him to choke you out and murder you? Like, it's a very equal subset of the population in terms of how they want to be sexually harassed. Right, like, it fits. Sora's higher up here is actually, this is an interesting one to me. I guess he's cool. In my opinion, I think he's cool, but I'm a saber face enjoyer. He has a lot of saber facing going on, right? There's a lot of saber facing going on. Metera doesn't exist much outside of Master. True. Now, this is why, I guess, this is where it gets interesting, right? Because Metera, you would think the Gunnar cohort would raise her up, right? Because, like, you'd be like, oh, well, she's paying the zoner tax, but she's the least played zoner. How interesting. This is our new, like, thing that kind of bucks the trend, I think, a little bit, right? Brick a Fate fan? We'd be saber facing. Apex Predator to Galleon? But you didn't lose that much play rate. Like, yes, right? If you want a Goon, you're playing Galleon. And I mean, and if you want, I guess maybe Metera, it feels weird to think, like, maybe Metera is just, like, out-gooned, right? Arg out-jerked again. Because, like, if you want a Goon, why aren't you playing Galleon? Why aren't you playing Narmaya? You know, why aren't you playing Beatrix? Why aren't you playing Anila? Where's Anila? Right? She might just be out-gooned. She's like, it's too much for some people, maybe. I don't know. Narmaya was the face gooning before Galleon? Yeah, I guess, like, Gunnar is just playing Narm, I suppose. Right? So you have to just be, like, an honest-to-God zoner enjoyer to play Metera. Fair enough. Gunnar Krebs. Yeah, she's a little bit Gunnar Krebs. I guess she's a little bit Gunnar Krebs, right? And again, like, I'm not just trying to focus on the women here. It's the same. Again, there's more of them, but it's the same reason that, like, Siegfried is so popular, that Belial is so popular, Avatar. It's the reason that Sandalphon is number 5 and he's, like, the most popular character in the gacha, right? Like, it's, you know, everyone, like, people just objectify everyone as, like, even their fucking fighting game characters, right? People pick someone based on how cool they look, how hot they look, how cute they look, or some combination of all three, right? And you'll notice, right? You'll notice that our number ones basically across time are cool, hot, and cute. Right? Like Narmaya is basically all three, right? Narmaya is like tiny draft girl who like she's very like bubbly and things like this. She has huge tits and she's also a master swordsman, right? Like suddenly when you have a character who's cool, hot, and cute, everyone plays them. Right? Like it really is. It's the appeal theory of fighting game character choice. You know. Like I think there's a reason. There's a reason. Similarly so for Sandalphon probably if you're attracted to men, right? He's cute. He has a little coffee thing. He's hot. He's cool. It's everything, right? It's everything. Goon statistics for real. Yeah, guys, stop playing Narmaya. Leave her to me. Cool, hot, and a good character strength-wise. Again, I think this matters mostly in Master, but like strength-wise, like the whole point, this whole tangent I've been going on is basically not that. I think people don't really care about character strengths that much. I think, right? It's why Vikala is so high up here, but so low in Master, right? Because in Master, everyone goes, she's bottom 1. I'm not gonna play her. Outside of it, everyone goes, oh my god, Rat Daughter, I love her. I want to hug her so hard that her head explodes. And then she's number 9, number 8, things like this, right? So, it really, you know, Narmaya, cool, hot, and cute, and that's why she's been basically the dominator of the leaderboards basically the entire time. Pretty much only ever dethroned by like DLC essentially, right? Ooh, Charlotta being this up here. That's very interesting to me. I think she's very cute, cuteness overload, right? She's kind of cool too. I don't know about hot personally. I think if someone said that, I might call the police on them, but. She's so cute, but she's so bad, and yeah, throws in the trash bin. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man. So I guess the big stories here are mostly Beatrix losing a good amount of players everywhere, right? I assume because of her nerfs. I mean, she is like it's kind of the same thing did not happen to Versuja, I don't think, right? Oh, it still did a little bit. Yeah, I guess so, because Versuja was not nerfed as hard as Beatrix, but like they were the only two characters who were like directly targeted with a nerf in the patch, right? Zeta was too, mind you, but like. Zeta is actually the biggest loser. Ooh, and she does lose a lot of players, yeah. I was wondering if people like wouldn't really think about that or notice that, but no. Yeah, because it was like kind of a stealth biggest nerf in the patch. But yeah, Zeta, the characters that get, as you might expect, the Beatrix got shot out back. No, she didn't. She's still very good, right? But she did get hit harder than Versuja, for sure. Excalibur carry? I suppose so. Might have been a Zerom incident? Maybe. But yeah, like, Beatrix, Versuja, and Zeta all losing big amounts of player base, right? Makes sense. I think people, like, just a character getting nerfed is bad for optics, right? A lot of people just drop them because they're like, oh, they got nerfed, they must be bad now, type thing. The general opinion in EU is that Versuja got shot out back and B got barely touched. How interesting. I could definitely see an argument that Versuja's nerfs are significant, right? To a similar level, as Beatrix's. But the idea that Beatrix didn't get touched at all is very interesting to me. Where's Lawayne? Lawayne's usually pretty low, and I think he is still here. Lawayne, I think I passed him. Lawayne is 22nd there. And yeah, and he's even lower outside of Master, right? 34. And is he all the way at the bottom here? Yeah, 33, right? He's very unpopular. So overall, right, what does it look like overall this month, and how's that kind of changed? As the last thing we're going to talk about for today here. So Galleon, obviously, overall, big. B is massively popular and topping everything in EU. I think Beatrix is still very good. I think she got hit hard. I think she is still definitely a top, like a tournament-winning character, certainly, right? But, like, I think she did probably get nerfed the most of anyone besides Zeta. Me and the 3 other Lawayne players are extremely sad. Yeah. No one show Toon. His heart will break. So yeah, Galleon, Beatrix losing a lot, but still being number 2 overall, average throughout the ranks, right? Narmaya up, Vera up, Sandalphon up. Sandalphon is the big surprise to me, man. Sandalphon is the big surprise to me. Like, he is way more popular outside of North America, I guess, right? Like, him being this, like, he doesn't exist in North America. No one plays him in North America at, like, any fucking skill level, it feels like, right? So, like, him being this popular is, I love it. I love Sandalphon. I think his implementation in Rising is so fun. He is still, Avatar Belial is probably my favorite Road to Master we've done that wasn't Ladiva, right? Still lost 1.7, yes, but probably to Galleon. Probably, like, he lost people who were playing him because he was a new character to Galleon, right? But, like, you know, Avatar was my most fun Road to Master, Ladiva was my most fun Road to Master, right? Then probably Avatar, then probably Sandalphon. I thought he was so fun to play, right? So it's very interesting to me that like I never see him at all in NA, right? I see him like once every like 40 matches in NA, but he's the top 5 most popular character across every rank, basically, outside of it. Grand Jita makes sense. Beginner characters, right? And obviously also the free-to-play character right here, so being a little bit more popular makes sense. UL, Siegfried, Cagliostro, Versuja, Vicala overall can't be held back by Master Rank. Yeah, I don't think there's that many surprises. Vasaraga mostly coming up in Master and S+, right? Again, people a little bit more swayed by character strength. Ladiva overall... Yeah, Ladiva overall only losing a little bit of player base, I think actually does show that she gained a lot from getting buffed, right? Because again, I think Ladiva of all characters probably lost the most players to Galleon, right? So her actually staying about steady here is a really good, like that probably is like a lot of people also joining because she got buffed, right? A lot of people trying her out because she's like broken now. Vayne losing overall, interesting. I guess in lower ranks. Yeah, Matera, Percy, Seox, Loane, Grimnir. These are all like these characters you just don't see, right? If you go to like weeklies, you'll see Matera all the time, right? But like these being like the bottom of the barrel here is not really surprising, right? You don't really see very much of any of these in any ranked queue, honestly. Whether I'm in S+, or Master Rank, which is like the three that I mostly see these days, you like never see these guys. Probably like Seox actually is the one that I see the most in overall, like personally, right? Of these like this like characters no one plays. Random being picked more than Uno, it's fucking nuts, man. Not only is it picked more than Uno, look at how far below it he is, right? He's like he's 0.12% below it, right? Like there's some of these spots are like 0.03% gaps, right? 0.03, 0.03, right? 0.09. Uno is like statistically significantly less popular than Lunalu across every rank in the video game. And like the gap between Lunalu and the next guy is huge. This like 0.4 gap. Does that exist anywhere else besides Galleon at the top? Almost there, not quite. Right here. Gita de Grand. That's the only other place, and then obviously here too, right? But like this gap between Lunalu and Lancelot is gigantic. And even then, Uno is still notably below Lunalu. How based? He's so cool, man. I like Uno. I gotta play Uno to Master, man. He's like almost next. I think it's Bubs and then him. He's so cool, man. Why? He goes, how based? How based? How based? He goes, how based when he spot dodges. What are we talking about, man? Lunalu's really funny. I mean, yeah, but he's still like by far the second least popular. How based? Like, what's not to love, man? What's not to love? Brick being the second honorary player, I might have to be, man. How based? What a time to be alive, man. But yeah, cool stats. Well, maybe we'll take a look at them a few months from now. Maybe when Willness comes out, we can see if a patch comes out, we can see how they affect. I've never really looked at them before, right? I don't think for a video. So I just kind of wanted to spend a little bit of time and take a look, right? Yeah, Vasaraga jumping up quite a bit with the buffs, obviously, right? Compared to previous months. The first time they did them was in February, starting season 2, huh? And yeah, Vasaraga is one like definitely jumped up a bunch. He's still not that high, but he jumped up a lot, right? Oh wow, Uno was above Lunalu back then. What a time to be alive. But yeah, cool stats, fun times. Everything's computer. We looking at stats all day, man. We looking at these stats. We looking at these stats. Everything's computer for real. It's so everything's computer. It's crazy. Everything really is computer. I for one bow to our new, and by new I mean 16-month-long Narmaya overlords, man. Hot, cool, cute. Boob hitbox. Is anyone surprised that she's like #1 except for the DLC basically all the fucking time? I'm not.